realsies, no bamboozle. Live with the stream. Okay, so we were, because of weird snafus and scheduling and stuff, we were unable to cast game 1. But here we are, game 2 between Fire Chickens and Team Over the Border. As you can see, Fire Chickens took game 1. I do not know how that game went, cannot tell you. But here we are in game 2 between these two Pearl Division squads. And we're gonna start rolling on here. We see the Sejuani, obviously a very powerful pick in the current meta. So that'll be nice to see how they execute with that. Renekton picked up for Chowder, so looking to have bully out whatever is picked on the other side. But Renekton could potentially be counter-picked this early. We see here in these picks, these bans, some shenanigans might have happened in the first game, but involving Guitari getting a Blitzcrank and the Gragas being taken away. One thing I do know for a fact is Jadkins was playing Gragas in the last game. That's about all I know. Instead, opting for the Lulu for Zepic Dudex on the side of Over the Border. Alrighty, so here we go. Continuing this draft phase, you see Kennen picked up either mid or top. We don't know exactly where that's gonna go. That could be real exciting, people. And then an Alistar picked up for Djox. Djox is a Diamond Alistar main, so pretty bit of a slip up to let that through the draft. But you know, maybe Cosmo 98 and Epic Dude have something up their sleeve to turn this in their favor. Oh, that's a lot of beverage in this beverage I'm making. Okay, and Gragas picked up for CLP. Alright, so we continue this draft phase. Twitch banned away, trying to limit what damage Pokahia can accomplish in this game. Now, I do also know Fire Chickens went through a bit of a platoon swap as they moved a bunch of people around. Fire Chickens is known for doing that. They like to give everyone as much playing time as possible. So, Recogma, so 2 ADCs banned away already in this second ban phase. Let's see what Pokahia and Cosmo 98 are able to accomplish with this pinch champion pool. Unless is this Kennen ADC for Pokahia, that could be pretty fun. I hope so. That'd be real exciting. Alrighty, so, sorry, the minor AFK, and Ezreal picked up for Cosmo 98, unless there's some hard bamboozling going on at an Ezreal jungle and a Gragas mid. Pokahia takes the Jinx, so that Kennen's going to go top or mid. Don't know where just yet. And then let's see here, 10 seconds remaining. What do Fire Chickens decide upon? Sorry, Yasuo! Oh, it's a bait! Galio, I knew it was a bait. So Galio mid or top, they can still put that Kennen in either of these lanes. I'm really curious who gets this Kennen pick here between FU Lever Buster and Dealer. And then on this, and then let's look over here. Zillion picked up for Over the Border. That's pretty hypey. I'm pretty excited now, but Ezreal laning phase, and does Ezreal really benefit from the Ardent Sensor on a Lulu? I would argue not really, because that attack speed buff is kind of wasted on him. for the most part being a bit more of a caster AD, but that's just my opinion. I'm only a monkey play-by-play. I shout at people, and when they do exciting things, the Kennen being picked into Renekton, most likely an AP Kennen. I believe they nerfed AD Kennen into the dirt where it belongs, in my own personal opinion. But here we are. Got to go into this waiting of 3 minutes with renewed vigor and life. I'm glad to be back to casting. It's been almost a week since I've gotten to casting games, so I'm excited to be back in it. How are you doing tonight, chat? It says we only have 2 viewers. 3 viewers now. We've upgraded. I hope you're having a good time. Alrighty, so here we go. Solo casting is just me, your lovely host this evening, Sarah Cruz, casting some Phoenix League action. For those of you that do not know, Phoenix Leagues is an amateur competitive tournament ran out of the Phoenix League Discord server. It's fun. It's a nice little ranked 5s replacement. Tell your friends about it. It's a good old time. Tell your friends about the stream. Have them come and watch us play. Watch us have some nice competitive League of Legends action. Alright, so let's see here. We're loading in. Still. Man, I hate this 3-minute delay. It is so boring. I just have to sit here. Talk to myself like a crazy person.
If you had somebody to talk to, you'd have a better time.
Holy shit, I have a friend. You're going to be... Okay, you're officially going to watch the stream and then analyze everything 15 seconds behind. This is what's happening. Go.
I was going to pull it up op.gg style once they actually got into the game.
It doesn't do that with customs anymore. For those of you that do not know, this is a hipster dragon. Totally fits into North Nashville, in my opinion. He is the inferior jungler that Bamboozled has compared to me, because his elo is worse. MMR.
That is probably true.
Also, how does someone actually have a worse MMR than me? Real talk?
Actually, the last time I checked, not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure your MMR is actually lower than mine.
I would not be surprised. Yo, all right. This is my MMR struggle. Are you ready for this? You ready for my MMR struggle?
Mm-hmm.
I had a 6-game. I don't want to say a 6-game win streak. I think it was like 6-1, 6-2 ish streak that got me into Plat 4.
Oh, disgusting.
And you ready for this? You ready for this? I was still facing gold fucking 3s on my team.
Yeah, that life sucks, dude.
It does. I mean, you're gold 3, and look at how well you do.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about it. But what we should talk about is this team composition.
Well, we see the Zillion and the Ezreal with a
mid and Ezreal AD carry.
And they have a Lulu with an Ezreal. That's a bit of a surprising choice there, to be quite honest. Now, wait. Because you just joined into this fun late, you have to tell me your bold prediction for the game.
Well, my bold prediction from the game is that Lulu's going to shield Zillion so that he gets that Ardent Sensor attack speed buff, and he's going to finish off Jinx with an auto attack. That's
nice.
My bold prediction.
I like it. My bold prediction is full AP Gragas.
You know, maybe it would give their team something to look forward to, but as it stands for now, I'm not too sure what tools they have. On the other side, a Canyon plus a Sejuani is nothing to sneeze at. You can get a real
dirty team fight
that way.
Them dirty dirt team fights, boy. We all about them dirt team fights. Yeah, I tell you. Okay. Forget all your reasoning. Here's what I want. I want a Fiesta. So on a scale of 1 to any NALCS competitive game, how Fiesta is this going to be?
Wait, which one's the higher one?
Okay, how about this? On a scale of 1 to any time Illegal Jesus and I duo, how much of a Clown Monkey Fiesta is this going to be?
Oh, well, definitely. I'm going to give it a good Q out of 9. So, pretty high up there. Oh, wait, okay. So if we look at the actual options they have, between Gragas, Zillion, and Ezreal, they have a decent siege composition. It's not the worst thing.
You know, I still have the music going on. I'm a monkey. All right, here we are, loaded into game. And just to let you all know about the questionable setup we have here, because someone had to be in a game when I needed a co-caster. Our analyst, our lovely color caster, a hipster dragon, the artist formerly known as Ralph. I didn't give his real name. He's 15 seconds behind because he's watching the stream with the rest of you apes.
Indeed. Tis unfortunate.
So he's gonna have to shut up as I talk about what's going on sometimes. But we'll get some quality analysis. Hopefully this game's monkey enough we get a game 3. But team comps, how do you think it's gonna play out? Will we get to that game 3?
I find it difficult to believe because it's just because fire chickens can all hit R at the same time and win most team fights. Whereas over the border, it has a huge amount of execution they have to reliably try and take off with. Like I said, they have a decent amount of siege, but the wave clear on fire chicken side is nothing to sneeze at. Jinx Galio is pretty good at taking out these waves, so...
Oh, well, here we go. Cosmo's about to get his first blood onto Djox. 100% first blood here. No Q out of him. Doesn't need it. He knows he's intimidating enough as a level 1 Ezreal.
Yeah.
Hey, remember.
Threw that out.
Yeah, a level 1 Ezreal is early game Ezreal so strong he had to have nerfs. So.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, he just threw that Q out to the side. He was like, I don't need this. This is garbage. Who needs this? I got auto attacks.
Yep, and now we see Sejuani starting red buff. Gragas is starting his Raptors. And the laning...
I think that a lot of these Gragas players are going for the Raptor start in a competitive scene. Now, in this situation, it makes a lot more sense because you have a Zillion there to help you. You can toss a bomb down. It makes your clear a lot easier. But we've seen a lot of times, even when you see like a mid lane Kassadin or something who really can't lend any assistance to that.
Well, I mean, Gragas with his innate sustain and the barrel start, honestly, is a pretty good Raptor take if you're able to kite out the babies.
It's not a matter of doing it. It's a matter of the speed. You know, in a competitive setting, you usually the time that you get to your first gank matters more than getting that extra.
Djox getting very low, trying to force Ezreal away, but Pokey and Djox getting insanely low. You'll see that in 15 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, Pokahia, take it. Oh my goodness, first blood for Epic, dude. No summoner spells were used.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was maybe just really wasn't expecting the burst coming out of
Thunderlord's Lulu.
Yeah, and I mean she also started with Frostfang, so maybe it was expecting the coin start in some way, but even then you have to think that you just blow the summoner anyway, right? Like you're that low, you might as well take the chance and give it away. But this is also some of what I was talking about here. If you take a look at Gragas, he has the ability to clear it, right? But he's ending up pretty low here, whereas Sejuani has an easy gank ahead and is even going for this gank early.
Yeah, and
it's not a matter of Gragas not being able to do it. It's okay.
Well, it honestly, I feel like it comes down. Oh, Djox goes in. No blink out of Cosmo just yet. Decides he doesn't need it. Djox taken very low as well. Heal is used. Oh my goodness, Cosmo might fall here as well. The zap comes out. We go back to top lane as the gank is going on. Chowder will probably fall here. Gets the stun. The flash is there. Oh, the flash Q is not enough. And FU Lever Buster tanks 2 tower shots and gets very low. That was dangerous. And we see CLP. He's coming around. There's the body slam, but decides not to flash. Knows Djox has that pulverize to stop him. But I don't know. I just feel like CLP didn't quite execute the kiting as much. I know personally, and you see it in professional games, it's Gragas with the innate sustain. You just kite out and wait your cooldowns to keep yourself healthy in the jungle.
This is true. My main point about it was more the delay in when you can make your second gank. You could very clearly see that Gragas was almost a good 15 seconds behind Sejuani on her clear. And although it makes sense in solo queue, I just don't feel like it has the same impact in a competitive setting where your most important thing you can do is just get out on the field.
Well, enough arguing about Gragas starts. I want to see more Fiesta, and we're already getting a start of that. We see that a flash, like the 2 flashes in the top lanes are down, so this could be a bit of a good lane to be ganked by the junglers, but we see Sejuani has pathed her way over here to get the flank onto Pastels in the mid lane. Does he get out? Flash is available. Maybe not, didn't need to use that because the headbutt was going to miss, but didn't want to take any extra damage, and we look bot. Djox is taken dangerously low. This Ezreal Lulu bot lane is really showing up more than we thought.
Yeah, and it also kind of feels like Djox isn't giving them quite the respect that they need. You know, he is playing into a losing matchup.
Oh,
as much as Ezreal.
and Chowder dies! Again, Hipster Dragon's on a 15-second delay, but he's going to see it right about now.
It's just a classic case of not respecting the auto attacks on Kennen. It's not an AD Kennen necessarily, but auto attacks are still nothing to sneeze at about Kennen. That empowered auto attack is base AD. It is very strong against at early levels, even without having that attack speed buff. And it looked like Chowder just didn't think he could do it. And also, Chowder hadn't even backed yet. I think that's the first time he was backing, so a little bit of a misplay there, but it's not too terrible. We did see that Pastels had to blow both summoners earlier, and Dealer has his flash up. So I would like to see Sejuani take that same path that she did earlier and kind of wrap around the side and come back in and get a repeat
We can
gank
see
on this.
here, we see the support Djox and Jadkins going in pretty deep, actually wrapping around for this flank on that mid lane. You were talking about Dealer goes in. Pastels, though, walks away. Maybe Dealer went in just a tad bit early. And you'll be able to talk about that in 15 seconds.
Yeah, my stream actually lagged for a second, so I think I missed it, but...
Renekton and FU Leverbuster having a bit of a showdown. FU Leverbuster hits 6 first. Chowder taking very low. Chowder, the Q misses, but the auto is enough. No body slam flash from CLP. The Galley ultimate comes out. He's having to use the flash to escape. Meanwhile, bot lane, Epic Dude has to flash to avoid Djox's headbutt pulve combo with the Sejuani flash. Headbutt out of Jadkins. So even though this started off with the first blood for the Lulu looking very much in their favor,
also has a really good level 4.
Man, more trading in the bot lane. Cosmo, the Ignite comes out for both teams. Djox taking low again, but so is Cosmo 98 here, around 200 health on the Ezreal. Oh, Djox falls once again with the EQ out with Pixie and Glitter Lance from the Lulu here. Pokehia being forced back. Sejuani is here to respond. Sejuani's only level 5. No Glacial Prison available. Just here to save her ADC. And I think you just saw that now.
Yeah. It's just a lot of Djox not respecting damage. He doesn't have his level 6. He just has an upgraded Relic Shield. There's not a whole lot he can do if they just turn and decide to burn him down. So if he doesn't get that solid engage like you saw on Epic Dude earlier, then he doesn't really have anything to offer Jinx, and he's slowly going to go down each time he takes that. So I'd like to see him just play a little bit more conservatively. He has those boots now, so maybe he'll be able to close the distance a little bit and try and pick on this Ezreal, who, for all rights and purposes, still just has a tier and a longsword. You know, he's not incredibly strong.
Yep, and as you talk about this, we see that Zillion and Gargus, Salpi and Pastels are trying to make a steal on the blue buff, seeing that Sejuani was bought, but they were forced out by Dealer and FU Leverbuster, and now we see Jadkins with Djox trying to make a steal on the blue buff of Fire Chickens. In fact, I think they're going to get it, yep, with the smite, and they get out, but Jadkins just turned 6. They know Epic Dude is there. Epic Dude's trying to get out. Red buff there. There's the ultimate. There's the headbutt pull. Epic Dude will fall here. No blink heal for Cosmo 98, but Djox will fall as well with a great TP from Chowder 377. 1 for 1. Support for support. And you will find out what happened.
Yep, saw that right now. Sejuani just pops that ult, and Epic Dude doesn't even get a chance. Isn't level 6 yet. Neither is Djox. Goes down immediately.
Yep. Ooh, Dealer
like
going.
You're getting some of that Fiesta you wanted. This isn't too bad. 6 kills in 10 minutes is
That's not enough. No, this is a Pearl League game. I expect more of this. And that's like no flame. I just like. I'd say the same about Onyx. Like I'm like, we're fucking plats and shit. Like I want Fiesta.
Well, hopefully we'll get a chance here.
Yeah, I belong past.
You have to imagine with Kennen, Sejuani, and Galio that team fights, when they do happen, are going to be explosive. So
we see Jadkins going in onto CLP. The stun hits. There's the auto. But that is a fat man, a very tanky fat man. He'll get out. Yeah. Now here's the thing. I like bloodbaths because team fights are more fun to cast. But what do you like? What do you prefer? As we see Chowder get taken very low again by FU Leverbuster.
I like games that have fun, fast rotations with at least one team keeping up the pressure.
Ooh, we see Jadkins. They're gonna pincer in here on Cosmo 98. Djox is looking for it. Flash has to be used by the Ezreal. Teleport was also used by Chowder 377, but he canceled it. 2 summoner spells for that gank from Jadkins.
Yep, roaming down. They had a good pink there. There's not a whole lot that this bot lane can do without having the proper vision. Ezreal launches off an ultimate at, I guess, to scout. He's looking to scout.
Oh, the ultimate lands under the Lulu, and she will fall here. Epic Dude doing everything he can, but inside of... Oh my goodness, Ezreal got a return kill onto the Alistar. Then we look top lane. Chowder's looking to use the empowered Q. He's probably going to fall here, but he has help from Gragas going in and forces FU Leverbuster to flash. Maybe he did not know CLP had that did not have flash available. The Renekton taken dangerously low, but he gets out. We look to the bot lane now as Pokahia and Jadkins are trying to take this turret out from Cosmo 98 and then potentially get a kill here, but Cosmo's doing the best he can to wait till Jinx ult comes out. Let's track it. Where's it going? Does it hit? No, goes wide. Super close, but they will get that first break onto the Sejuani and the Jinx.
Yeah, this is pretty worrying for Over the Border because, like we said, they have a decent siege comp, but that does mean that they have to get that rotation first. And if losing this first tower means that they are behind in a lot of their pressure. And they're going to have to do a lot, pull out some kind of...
Dealer and Djox going on the Pastels. Ultimate is used. Do they wait on it? No, he will fall. That delay could give him enough time. CLP could use the explosive cast. No, misses the body slam as well. Doesn't go for the flash play there. He could have maybe ulted them under tower, but decides against it, or maybe didn't see the opportunity.
Indeed.
Yep.
It's a good combo, good setup here, but Zilean with ultimate is very difficult to actually take down. Either you walk with him under the tower until that ult runs out, or you let him go. You know, it's the time delay there gives his teammates plenty of time to catch up and try and recover a bad situation.
See blue buff being handed off to Dealer. Now, take a look at Renekton's build. He's just now built Merc Treads into this Kennen that's kind of bullying him in the lane. How do we feel about that?
I feel like going for a Tiamat when he's losing lane was a little bit rough. I know it's core, but if he could just pick up that Spectre's Cowl first and then get it.
Oh my gosh, the body slam lands. There's the ultimate to knock Kennen back into them, but Kennen does have ulti available. Galio's going to come in through here. Does FU Leverbuster survive? He's taken very low. The damage reduction works. Chowder's now tanking hits. He gets tanks under tower. Chowder will maybe fall. There's the slice and dice to get out the flash. Chowder gets away with his life barely. And so does FU Leverbuster. Top laners, jungles. Top laners trying to get out here.
Yeah, it seems like Leverbuster took a little too long to pop that ultimate. He could have popped it the first time he juked, and that would have been enough to get him the space to get out. But either way, it's a lot of summoner spells down and not much gain. So in the end of the day, because they're ahead, that's what Fire Chickens can deal with.
Yep, but now we see Infernal Drake being started up. There's no jungle around. Sejuani ult comes out. The smite comes through. Kennen is here, but there's no Volt available for him. Ultimate from Lulu used onto Cosmo 98. Pastels is trying to get himself out. The Cosmo 98 is kiting away for his life. There is no Zilean ultimate to keep him alive here. The autos come through. He does get the kill. FU Leverbuster is on the chase. He wants that Lulu, but now he is being caught between a rock and a crazy purple fairy. It's gonna kill him slowly, and Pastels gets the return kill.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of that Alistar pick working out here as Djox gets a really good headbutt pulverize on 3 people to make that disengage work. there wasn't a whole lot else that he could have done. For sure, that would have been a really bad situation because they were all crammed into the back of that pit with nowhere to go. But
oh, CLP gets hit by the headbutt pull combo. Does he get out? Still very tanky. Cosmo comes in to support. They're all super low. Jadkins flashes out as Chowder comes in the TP. D-Jox flashes as well. Those are two major engage tools gone. Sejuani does not have ultimate available. Body slam just not enough range. There's the explosive casting against Jadkins into his team. Jadkins will fall. A pick on the jungler. What happens here? What does not Fire Chickens, my apologies, Over the Border decide to do? They seem like they're heading towards the mid lane.
Yeah, this seems like a rather ambitious fight for them to try to take. D-Jox goes in on Gragas, who's at full health. Well, he's at half, and they haven't spent any of the money that they got from their last fight yet. So it gives the tempo back over the border when they didn't need to. See if they can do anything with
Jinx Rocket, very wide. If you're looking at the mini-map. Alright, so we see here at 15 minutes into the game, only 200 gold separates these two teams. Good stun. What do we see? What is both teams looking to do to take the W here? What if I am Over the Border? How am I looking to keep this game in my favor? As Chowder goes in onto the ADC and just trades out a little bit with them.
Honestly, you need to keep Renekton away from Kennen. He has the teleport advantage, and you need to make a play on that. Other than that, you need to move Ezreal into the mid lane, let Zilean use his extreme mobility to clear side waves, and just start sieging towers. They have a decent siege. They probably have more siege than Fire Chickens has, and if they can get it into a decent rhythm, they might be able to take some of this tempo back. Otherwise, they're just going to slowly lead team fights until the end of the game. They don't have a better team fight composition than Fire Chickens.
Yep, and we see Rift Herald has been started. CLP's poking around. Oh, they decided to turn on to their Scuttle for just a little bit. Scuttlecraft. Oh, stun does miss. And this Rift Herald's probably going to have to be given away to Fire Chickens. Indeed it is. D-Jox headbutts the Gragas out of the area.
Yeah, this is another problem for Over the Border again because, like I said, their biggest strength is that they have really good siege. What's a great item to give yourself some free siege power? The Herald buff. So giving that away presents more issues for Over the Border where they have difficulty putting their comp into its greatest strengths.
Yep, we see Jadkins and D-Jox going for another buff steal. The last time this happened, they got caught in a sticky situation. There's the collapse. Pastels doesn't get the stun off just in time, but Ezreal did get the red buff. Oh, there's the stun. Not quite the damage just yet. He just is sitting on a 7-stack rod, Roa, but if he's able to keep hitting those stuns as he gets more items on the Zilean, that's just going to hurt so much.
It's actually super good for Cosmo to get that red buff here. It's a key part of Ezreal poke is his ability to land Qs. He has the Mana Moon and he has the Sheen, and red buff is going to help him get some poke on, but unless they group up on the tower, it's going to go to waste. So they really just need to have a 5-man stack in a lane.
Oh, going on FU Lever Buster. FU Lever Buster decides to go in. He gets the ultimate. Galio ult comes on through. Heroic entrance kills Cosmo 98. CLP does not hit anyone with his body slam, tries to flash out, but does not get out. There's the explosive cast to disengage. Wild growth used on Pastels, and so is the Zilean ultimate. The Zilean ultimate will be wasted. The Glacial Prison goes wide. It is a huge evacuation as Chowder finishes off FU Lever Buster. Does he get the blast? But he's trying to, but the CC is too much. It is 2 for 1 in favor of Fire Chickens.
Yeah, and you can just see the comps working at their best here. Ezreal does have a decent amount of damage with that Sheen and red buff, but unfortunately, they just don't have enough tools in a team fight to pull out the win here. Fire Chickens hits R. Everybody on their team just presses that big R button, and the team fight's over. So they really have to play more to their team's strengths and sit in a lane and siege. If they don't do this, they're just going to keep bleeding out these team fights until Fire Chickens finally decides to shove down and take some real objectives.
Yeah, well, here we are, 7 kills to 7 kills, but 3 towers to nothing. Over the Border has to be looking at these towers and thinking, like, we just need that free gold and this game's easy, right?
Yeah, and I mean, they're keeping up decently in farm. You can see that this Ezreal pick, it's behind because Jinx is playing a lot of Janitor, but it didn't go too badly in lane. We saw Epic Dude get a couple of kills. Sure, we would have liked them to be on Ezreal, but point being they had Ezreal and managed to take lane priority because of the Alistar pick. But now they have to be able to translate it into something else. I think that if they can set up Renekton and Zilean in side lanes to get some kind of lane control with their teleports, just keep pushing these waves and let Ezreal, Lulu, and Gragas sit mid and clear, they can stall this out to a point where they're decently strong. Late game Zilean, late game Ezreal, and Lulu with any AD carry, even if it's not great on Ezreal, is not anything to think at. So.
Yep, and we see as Infernal goes over to Fire Chickens. 20 minutes into the game, a solid 2K gold lead for Fire Chickens, but that's not unovercomable.
Yeah, it's not unrecoverable for sure.
Oh, as Djox goes in, gets the knockup on a Zilean. There's the ulti, and another ultimate goes on through. We see both of them fall. As you were saying, R button on R button. Easy to double kill for Fire Chickens as they push down through this mid lane. There's no one available to stop them. Dealer stopping the backs. Ezreal does clear up the back wave, but it's not enough as this mid inhib tower falls. And we'll probably see the inhibitor unless they can pull off a miracle play. Chowder goes in. He is taken incredibly low. The wild growth comes out. Is it enough? Pokehia is kiting. There's the Galio. Heroic entrance knocks up Epic Dude. He flashes away to safety, but the flash Galio taunt goes in onto Cosmo 98. Heal is used. Lulu falls. Cosmo's trying to do his best to deal damage. CLP is here. Dealer gets explosive cast back into the Ezreal. The taunt will land on both the remaining members of Fire Chicken. Zilean has arrived. Oh my gosh, the 4-man stun, but it is not enough. Pastels is not ahead enough for that to do much damage here. And Fire Chickens gets out with multiple kills and an inhibitor in their favor.
Yeah, and now that gold lead has ballooned to something almost incredibly unachievable. We were saying right before this series of team fights, there's that beautiful 4-man stun, just saw it. Right before the series of team fights, that 2,000 gold isn't too much of a lead, but for this composition, it's actually a pretty big deficit for Over the Border. A composition like theirs really needs to get ahead in the early game to be able to snowball. And now with 6,000 gold in a deficit, it's difficult to see how they're going to be able to come back from this. Because even now, their wave clear is going to be strained. Ezreal has never been famed for his wave clear, and when you have to assign him to a side lane or a mid lane, where those super minions are coming down, you're not really going to be able to get push priority on that.
And his damage right now feels really gated by the build he's going. Mana Mune before Triforce in the current item meta.
Yeah, I mean, it feels gated by the fact that he's Ezreal, but in addition to that, yeah, his build isn't helping necessarily. He's also not, you don't see him spamming his Qs or his abilities in his side lane. There's no reason that Mana Mune shouldn't be a Neuromanite by now. We're 22 minutes in, and I feel like perhaps the pressure of the game, or he's just not thinking about it, maybe hasn't tried this pick in a while, isn't spamming his abilities like he should to get that turned over.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you as the Baron is started by Fire Chickens. Dealer is an FU Lever Buster looking to zone out. Either they know they can't fight, or Over the Border is unaware. Chowder 377 looking to face check this Baron pit. 2 ultimates used. He does escape from both, but this Baron's going to go to Fire Chickens. Oh, the Ezreal steal almost, but that is going to go the way of Fire Chickens. FU Lever Buster going in on Chowder. Mr. Necton with Adaptive Helm has a little bit of tankiness here, but he can't win. Oh, he decides to dash in, and that crit from Pokehia takes him out. CLP is next, getting killed out by the 2. Oh, no, you don't want to body slam that way, my friend. Flashes out, stun onto Djox. Ultimate used to get him through these trying times, and this top tier 2 will most likely fall. 7,000 gold in the lead for Fire Chickens.
And again, part of the difficulty that they're running into, and we've been saying this all game, but mostly just because it's true, is that they don't have better R buttons. Fighting in the jungle like this, going around objectives, only works for them when they're really far ahead, and it's exactly what Fire Chickens wants to do. So at this point, it's mostly Fire Chickens games to lose, right? Like, they are so far ahead, they have enough of a build that they just have to play patiently and let the waves crash into Over the Border's base.
Yep, and indeed it is, as that tier, the Nexus turret is taken very low. Top inhib tower fell. Probably see, almost guarantee we'll see this inhibitor fall. Chowder goes in, there's the taunt. Dealer takes no damage really from that entire sequence there as Inhibitor falls for the top lane and the map just gets very small for Over the Border here.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, Dealer's got his Abyssal Mask. He's got his Randuins. He's going to probably go to either a Warmogs or Stone Plate next. He doesn't have anything to worry about from this Over the Border team. Because who's gonna kill him? Who's gonna try and take down this tank that's leading the way, or even the Sejuani who went for a Knight's Vow second? Not normally a high resistance build, but there's nobody on Over the Border's team who can take out these tanks. Zillion's not gonna do it for sure, and Ezreal doesn't have anywhere near his Blade of the Ruined King or a Last Whisper yet. So it's difficult to see how they can't just they mine their battle lines, push their tanks in. How Fire Chicken's not just going to walk this one in. They've got a couple towers in the bot lane, but honestly, they probably don't even need it. Just walk straight at the Over the Border base.
Oh, but we see D-Jock's ultimate burn. He is very low. Gets the 3-man knock into the Sejuani ultimate. Galio comes on in. Zillion's ultimate will keep Ezreal alive, but he gets trapped by the Jinx Chompers. As Zillion will fall here. Ezreal is still alive, does get out of the situation, but we see CLP is taken dangerously low in the double kill for the cannon. There's the excitement as Jinx just 3 crits. Lulu, Cosmo 98 against the world here, but it is probably not enough as Jadkins will chase him down. The rest of the Fire Chickens taking out those towers. But we watch this exciting duel between a blonde boy and a pig. And in fact, Jadkins will fall here. Not enough. Jinxel comes through, does not get the kill. Heal comes out. GG's. That will be game 2 in favor of Fire Chickens with the series win.
Yeah, it looked like they were just trying to get anything they possibly could at the end, but they didn't have any of their front line available to help block for them. So all 3 of the squishy members on Over the Border instantly got knocked up by that Galio straight into a cannon ult right after getting CC'd down by Alistar. And there wasn't a whole lot they could do. You know, they had to try and make a pick somewhere. It's unfortunate that it backfired on them, but it's more of their earlier choices in the draft that I think that hurt them the most in this game.
All right. Well, I don't think we'll do interviews this evening just because we were only able to see one game. So there's not, I don't know, it's not much necessarily we can do. Thank you all for joining us. I know it's an abbreviated stream this evening as we had some shenanigans. Teams just scheduling got a tad bit wonky for a while. But
it was an entertaining game to watch. Congratulations to Fire Chickens. They just executed their comp pretty well. They knew when to hit their R buttons, and it worked out pretty well for them.
Yep. All right. Well, as it was mentioned in chat, we will be having our post-game customs. Fire Chickens, of course, had the win here. So if there's anyone who wants to join in this inevitable fiesta on the Summoner's Rift with me and my man Hipster Dragon, we're gonna determine today who truly is the best Bamboozle jungler. Hipster,
I don't know if you're actually expecting me to play this in-house, but I will consider it for a hot minute before saying no. I promise.
What? What?
All right. Well, I'll see you guys hopefully on the Rift. Maybe not tonight, but perhaps another time. Thanks.
I have been bamboozled. He's a madman. Someone stop him. Get him into this in-house.
See y'all later.
Hipster Dragon, you have disappointed me.
I'm sorry, Sarah.
All right. Well, if you would like to be in this in-house, I'm going to put a thing in all chat, and I'll do it actually right now. Add everyone. In post-game in-house. Franz. Alrighty. Drop IGNs her. Okay. So if you want to join this in-house, just drop your IGNs in all chat. It's going to be a good time. Thank you to both teams. Have yourselves a good evening, everyone.